So hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Based on the title below, you guys already know that I have a bombastic story time to share with you guys. So get yourself some water, some juice, some popcorn, some food, whatever it is, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Oh my god, this is epic. So guys, basically this was a few years ago. I would probably want to say this was as far as back as probably about 10 years ago, 10 and a half. Let's say 11 years ago, about 11 years ago. It's not longer than that, but it's about 11 years ago. So this was about 11 years ago. So basically what happened was one day I woke up and I noticed that my private area was very swollen. Like it was very swollen and warm to the touch, pretty much like it's almost like you have a fever, but it's just in that one area of the body. So my private area was swollen like a aki pad, like it was swollen like a aki, like when aki open up. So it was swollen and warm to the touch, like fever. So in my mind I'm like, okay, I think I have a fever in my private area. Like I'm just trying to explain to you guys. This is crazy. So in my mind I'm like, what is going on now? Mind you, at the same time, it was run about the time of my period, so I was on my period. So in my mind I'm like, okay, maybe it's just my hormones or something, or whatever the case may be, from me having my period, because I couldn't think of nothing else, you know what I mean? So this went on for a few days, to the point where I even could not go to work. Hold on, somebody's calling me. So sorry for the interruption, guys. So I just got a phone call that I had to deal with, but it was a quick one. So where was I? So like I said, so my private area was swollen to the point where I couldn't even go to work. I couldn't wear underwear for days. I couldn't lay like on my stomach because it would hurt. I had to sleep on my back. I couldn't wear underwear. I couldn't wear clothes. I had to be out of work for a few days. Like it was and it was like, as the days go by, it just seems like it was getting more swollen. But if I should be honest with you guys, I was very lackadaisical about it, because I didn't go to the doctor right away, because I was just thinking, because I'm on my period, that it was probably just my hormones acting up, like I said before. Don't know if I said that before, because I was interrupted while making the video, so no, I'm not even, I don't even remember where I was. But anyway, moving right along. So a week went by, and like for most girls, well, for me, my period lasts basically 6 days. So for the whole 6 days, that was the situation I was dealing with. When I was having a shower, it was so painful to the point that I would cry. Like I couldn't touch the area. And after a week of seeing my period, a few days, like about 2 days went by, and it went away. Like the whole situation just basically reversed itself, like nothing happened. Like I said, mind you guys, I probably should have went to the doctor, but I didn't. So I don't know why I didn't. Like I don't know, but just thinking about it, I'm like, why wouldn't you go to the doctor? Thinking about it now, I'm like, why didn't you go to the doctor? That's crazy. But anyways, guys, like about 2 days later, the situation basically just reversed itself, as if nothing happened. And in my mind, I was still a bit worried, because I'm like, that's wild. Like I don't know. So anyways, a few weeks passed by, and my period came the following month again. And like about the third day of my period, I realized that I was having the same issue again. And the same thing, like it's swollen, it's getting, now it's itchy. It's just a mess. So I said, no, I gotta go to the doctor, because this cannot be normal. This cannot just be something having to do with my hormones or whatever the case may be. So I went to the doctor, guys. I went to the doctor in tears because at this point, like, I'm really worried. At this point, I'm even worried if I have some kind of STD, HIV, or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I check myself yearly, and I'm on top of everything always. But it was so scary. So it had me worried. Like, what the hell could this be? Which was one of the reasons why I was so scared to even go to the doctor, to be honest. So, anyways, I went to the doctor. I went to the gynecologist, and they said pretty much said we don't know. They did blood work, they did vaginal checks, all kind of stuff, and pretty much said, honey bunch, we don't know what's going on with you. We don't know what to tell you. The only thing we can do for now is to give you some antibiotics for the pain and itching, to help to get that part to probably go away. But to be honest, we really can't tell you what's going on. Anyways, I got the medications. I went home, took them. It did help with that part of it, but the problem was still persisting. So a friend of mine said to me, Jody, you go to another doctor because that don't make no sense. So I said, okay. So 2 days after, I went to another doctor along with my friend. My friend accompanied me because I was just scared. I was emotionally going through it and wondering, like, is my private part rotting? I don't know, like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is crazy, guys. Oh my God. I even had a picture of it at that time, and it was nothing you would want to see. It was scary because after a while I don't even want to talk about that. But anyways, went to another doctor, and they asked me what's going on. I told them. They asked me how long. I told them. They asked me if there's anything unique that I noticed about the situation. So I said the only thing that I noticed about the situation is that it always happens round about when I'm seeing my period, and it always happens round about when I'm seeing my period, and once my period goes away, then it's like nothing happened. So he said, that's pretty weird. Maybe it has something to do with your hormones. I said, yeah, but the last doctor the gynecologist that I went to did blood work. They did all kind of things, and they said nothing was wrong. So it was not making sense. So the doctor said, okay, we're gonna do some more in-depth blood work, and just to see if anything come up. So basically it's just another blood work, but we're gonna check for some other stuff. I don't know, just to see what's going on, because we don't know. All right, left. I went home. The doctor didn't give me anything because I was already on some other medication. The other medications that I was taking, he said that's the only thing I could take for now, because mind you, they don't know what's going on. Okay, I went home, and like 3 days later, the doctor called me. Oh, hi Jody, how are you? This is Dr. So-and-so. And my heart was literally beating out of my chest because I don't know what the doctor is calling to say to me, because I'm, like I said, guys, I was worried because nobody seems to know what this was. And in my mind at that point, I'm just thinking the worst. The doctor called me and he said, there's something came to my mind that we never ask you about. He says, you said this only happens whenever you see a period. I said, yes. He says, what kind of sanitary napkins do you use? So I told him. He said, are you able to come in the next day? And I said, yes. So long story short, he asked me what kind of napkins I use. I told him. I went back in the next day, and he said to me, we're going to check to see if maybe you're allergic to the napkins that you're using, because that's the only other thing we haven't talked about that I can think of. So I'm like, okay, fine, sure. But in my mind, I was sure that's not the issue, because big old tough me, grew up in Jamaica. I don't think I'm allergic to nothing. So the doctor said he did some research. He did some research. He did more in-depth blood work and stuff like that. only to find out that I was allergic to the sanitary napkin that I was using all this time in my vajayjay. I was so upset. I was happy that I know what was happening to me, but upset because I was there worrying if I have HIV, STD, some kind of something. I don't know. Now, mind you, I wasn't a wild person or doing anything ridiculous, but it was so bad. I just kept thinking the worst because I didn't know. Imagine going to the doctor and them telling you they don't know what's wrong with you. You don't know what's wrong with you. And it was just crazy. You can't wear underwear because you're in pain. Your private area feels like you're having a fever. You can't touch it. It's just itchy, scratchy, blistery, bloody, and you don't know what's going on for weeks. Basically, I was barely eating. I was in tears every single day because what is this? All kind of things was floating through my mind. Long story short, I was allergic to the sanitary napkin I was using. Jesus wept. I cried. At this point, I don't even know if I was crying because I was happy or upset or whatever the case may be. And basically, the only advice I was given is to change the sanitary napkins that I use. Fast forward to my next period, I started using different napkins and I did not have that issue ever again in my life. End of story. So, ladies, I would really want to know from you, any of you ladies, if you have ever had that experience before. I can't be the only person. I know one of my friends, that happened to one of my friends before, where her vaginal area was swollen, but it was because of the type of underwear she was using. That was so wild. Looking back, I can laugh about it, but oh my god, I was so stressed out in that time. Like, ladies, please comment down below and let me know if you have ever experienced anything like this before, or anything even close to this. That's wild. Probably shouldn't have shared, but oh well. I thought it was just a pretty interesting one, and personally I wanted to know if any other female have ever been through a situation like that. So comment down below, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share the video to your family, friends, or whoever, and let me know what you think, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.